Bayard Rustin was born on March 17, 1912 in Westchester, Pennsylvania. He grew up as the son of Jennifer and Julia Davis Rustin. At the age of 11, Rustin learned that the girl he considered his sister was actually his mother, a fact he shared only with close friends throughout his adult life. Rustin's grandfather was born into slavery in 1864 and left his family in Maryland to move to Pennsylvania, while his grandmother had lived in Westchester for generations. While Quakers supported rights for African Americans, they did not integrate their religious services. Julia Rustin left the Friends to join the African Methodist Episcopal Church. Her involvement with the Quaker Church influenced the upbringing of Bayard and his belief system, among them the doctrine of pacifism. Music had a strong influence in Bayard Rustin's life, and he even had 2 albums recorded. Rustin attended Gay Street Elementary, then Westchester Junior High School. Both of those schools were segregated, although some of the instructors were white. The schools boasted excellent teachers, many of whom made race relations part of their lessons. He attended high school in Westchester, Pennsylvania, which was integrated. He participated in football, track, and in the drama club. Though the school was integrated, little else in the town was. He was arrested for trying to sit in the white section at the theater in Westchester. In June 1932, he graduated from Westchester High School, 19th out of a little over 100 students. Rustin attended college at Wilberforce and Cheney State Teachers College in Westchester. For unknown reasons, he was asked to leave both. He later enrolled at City College in New York, where tuition was free, but he never graduated from any of the universities he attended. He became involved with the Young Communist League and later joined the Fellowship of Reconciliation, led by A.J. Musty, who became Rustin's mentor. In October 1940, Rustin registered as a conscientious objector, but by September 1941 realized that it went against his principles. On November 13, 1943, he received an order to report for a physical with the Selective Service. He refused and sent a letter to the draft board telling them he would not report. On February 17, 1944, he was sentenced to 3 years in jail at the penitentiary in Ashland, Kentucky. Upon release from jail, Rustin continued his work for the Negro. On April 9, 1947, he led a team of 8 whites and 8 blacks on a 2-week pilgrimage called the Journey of Reconciliation, aimed at enforcing compliance with the Supreme Court's decision in Morgan v. Virginia. Bayard Rustin was gay, and while he was not ashamed, his lifestyle did impact how others viewed him. Because of this lifestyle, he was often kept in the background of organizations, but it did not lessen his impact. He continued to fight for peaceful existence, as demonstrated in his debate with Malcolm X.
The problem can never be stated in terms of black and white. And any movement which begins by blotting out the active cooperation of the best minds, many of which are white as well as black, is fighting a losing battle.
South Africa doesn't preach freedom. Russia doesn't call itself the leader of the free world. It's America that looks upon herself and represents herself as the leader of the free world, while she has 20 million black people here who aren't even citizens. It is for this reason that America is doomed, and it is for this reason that we who follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad feel that our only hope is not integration with a doomed society, but complete separation from a doomed society.
It was a great debate, and I kept saying, when I listened to it, I said, stand your ground, Bayard, stand your ground. Bayard was really trying to get Malcolm to see that it's a world community, a human community, a family in the United States. And but Malcolm was talking like Marcus Garvey, separate.
Democratization and socialization the Negro cannot do alone. As we follow this form of mass action and strategic nonviolence, we will not only put pressure on the government, but we will put pressure on other groups which ought by their nature to be allied with us.
Rustin began to organize the March on Washington for jobs and freedom. He had to get the leaders of many organizations to agree to the nonviolent format and not give any one group top billing. This march had an estimated 250,000 people and is famous for Dr. King's "I Have a Dream" speech. The march was so successful that A. Philip Randolph and Bayard Rustin were on the cover of Life magazine the following week, September 6, 1963. Bayard Rustin had a strong impact on Dr. King and helped to continue with nonviolent protests for the Negro in America. While the March on Washington is certainly his most famous endeavor, Rustin continued to work on behalf of oppressed groups. His focus became international affairs. He was on a first-name basis with the presidential administration, rubbed shoulders with Golda Meir and Lech Walesa, and circulated among a network of influential public figures who devoted themselves to human rights and global humanitarianism. While on a trip in Haiti, Rustin fell ill after a misdiagnosed perforated appendix. Bayard Rustin went into cardiac arrest on August 23, 1987, and died the next day at 75. While Bayard Rustin was born in Westchester, Pennsylvania, his nonviolent upbringing had a global impact.